Attention! If you have an open seat next to you, please slide in. We need all available seats. Thank you.
I'm Nick Wolfcool. I am in the 12th grade. I'm from the Richland 44 FFA chapter in North Dakota. My SAE is outdoor recreation in the agribusiness pathway. I mow the North Country Trail in our town. Our FFA chapter has dedicated a mile portion of it to upkeep it and take care of it. The North Country Trail is a path that goes from North Dakota to Vermont. It goes through about 8 states. When I take care of the North Country Trail, it really makes me feel more like I'm helping out the community. Obviously, we do our little portion of that 1 mile strip of the 4,800 of it, but it's really cool to think that this trail that goes all these miles and all the people that travel across it, we take care of this one portion of it, and that through our responsibility, we can make it nice and show just how beautiful the outdoors can be and how people experience that. I mow it, I find out any areas that need to be like potholes or anything. We trim anything just so it's a nice path so everyone can walk and enjoy it. Then I also work at an event center called Crooked Lane Farms, and they do some events and weddings, but more importantly they do classes that like to promote agriculture. So usually I'd set up for the class or prepare for it. Set it up. My daily tasks include just coming to work every day. Usually I'd go meet with Mary Jo and Brent, the owners of the event center. They'd show me whatever the schedule is for the day, if that's setting up tables, if that's going to water the plants, or if I need to help trim some trees or anything like that. It changes from day to day, because especially in summer it's definitely planting and watering and kind of upkeep, but in the fall it's more of the classes and everything that's come together, built up over the summer, and then we provide it for those classes. The most I've learned from this SAE is just how widespread agriculture is. I mean, before, like I knew a lot about it, but I didn't think like putting it to real world examples. Because I never thought that working out at this event center would be an outdoor recreation, but the more I think about it, like, you know, that does relate to agriculture. Some advice I give to a student that is undecided about their SAE topic is just ask your agricultural teacher. They know a lot more about it, and they'll be there to help you through anything you have questions for. I believe other students should join FFA because it just gives so much opportunity to the students. It really gives an opportunity for kids to learn and grow not only in agriculture, but also for their schooling. You can learn so many things through FFA. It's affected me of how I want to pursue my career later on. I originally wanted to be a mechanical engineer, but now I'm thinking of being an agricultural engineer, or focus on agriculture. So it can really change how much kids can learn and what their future plans are.
to predictability. The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. How did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Flowers as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows you're true. Then a little voice inside you whispers, kid, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, light is waiting to carry you home.
This is not another story. This is not another drill. I refuse to be another number now. Never staying down. This is
Parents,
something real.
members, and guests, please welcome the 2023-2024 North Dakota FFA State Officer Team.
Watch out, I'm a force that you will feel. And it goes something
State
like,
Parliamentarian Ireland Waterrood.
it's my time. There's no stopping this.
State Sentinel Ryan Slabaugh. State Reporter Annalise Rauschenberger.
I'll be more than just a favor.
State Treasurer Anna Haig.
I will never be too afraid to bleed, giving all of me even when it's hard.
State Vice President Ian Dukart.
Who was made for kerosene? And now I'm
State Secretary Jack Stoppelworth. And your state president, Ty McDonald.
When all is left is dust, they'll remember. Oh, they'll remember us.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding this, the third session of the 95th North Dakota FFA State Convention. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The parliamentarian.
Here by a copy of Robert's Rules of Order.
Your duty's there.
It is my obligation to know and share information about parliamentary law and to assist members in proper meeting procedure and etiquette so that we may accomplish the business of the chapter. I assure that every member will be heard and that the majority will prevail.
The Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duty's there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open at all times to our friends and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duty's there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duty's there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever the corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 1,527 members, advisors, and guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and to develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the third session of the 95th North Dakota FFA State Convention, duly open to the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Well, welcome to the third general session, and I'd like to introduce these next session chairs. And they can often be found horsing around the North Dakota FFA office or out on the ranch. North Dakota FFA, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the rootin' and tootin'est cowboy and cowgirl state officers, your state vice president, Ian Dukart, and state parliamentarian, Ireland Waterrood.
Whoa there. Ian, what are all these people doing here?
Uh-oh, I think we had some scheduling conflicts. I thought we had Benson Bunker booked for a practice. Oops.
What? What are we doing? We gotta get back on track. We have a session to run.
We gotta quit horsing around. Please welcome Tate Norby from the Kildare FFA chapter for today's reflection.
Please assume an attitude of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, please bless all of us here today. Thank you for an incredible week, the wonderful experiences we have had, the memories we have made, and the new friends we have met. Thank you for helping us to compete to the best of our ability, and please grant us serenity as we complete and await results. Please keep us safe as we travel home later in the week. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Tate, for that wonderful reflection. Hey, Ian, do you remember the Lainey Wilson concert we went to at National Convention last November?
Yeah, I think that was one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Well, do you remember falling asleep at the concert with Jack?
Well, it's not like you're any better. You were the one who fell asleep while still in full OD with your bag still on your back.
Well, National Convention was tiring, but these next individuals are going to keep you awake for sure. The North Dakota FFA Chorus proudly sings under the direction of Sean Neeson from NDSU and is sponsored by the North Dakota FFA Alumni Association. Please join me in welcoming the North Dakota FFA Chorus.
Good evening, North Dakota FFA. My name is Jenna Lynn Hansen from the Tioga FFA chapter, and tonight, your 2024 State Choir welcomes you to the 95th North Dakota FFA Convention with A Million Dreams from the 2017 film The Greatest Showman, arranged by Mac Huff.
That I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy.
Let's give a well-deserved round of applause to the chorus. To make this convention and all of our FFA activities possible, it takes a lot of resources and supporters. The North Dakota FFA Foundation does a tremendous job in developing these industry partnerships that provide this support. We would now like to recognize Beth Allen, Kayla Hart, Lakin Demorit, and the North Dakota FFA Foundation Board of Directors for all they do. Please stand to be recognized for your efforts.
Earlier this evening, at our parent and sponsor banquet, sponsored by Onsted Twitchell, the North Dakota FFA Foundation provided their highest reward, the Friend of the Foundation Award. This goes to a person who has gone above and beyond for the foundation and the association over many years. I am pleased to announce that this award went to Pam Tonneson. Let's give Mrs. Tonneson a round of applause for all of her hard work to the foundation and association over the last many years. Just a reminder that the online auction ends tonight at 10 p.m., so go get your bids in.
Now this is the moment you've all been waiting for. This next state officer is an Angus loving gal. You can often find her pleasantly talking with members, trying something new, unless it's pickles, or she's probably sleeping.
Here to introduce for her retiring address, Anna, are Caitlin and Grant Haig.
My name's Caitlin Haig, and I'm Anna's little sister.
Hi, I'm Grant Haig, Anna's favorite cousin. Anna has always been like another big sister to me, teaching me the ups and downs of life. We've been close since we were kids, building tree forts, Nerf gun battles, and keeping the farm operating. If others claim they did the work, they are wrong. Anna and I have always had a competitive streak in 4-H and FFA, though sometimes our competitiveness got the best of us, like the time I accidentally knocked her tooth out while playing tag. But through it all, it made us both better, and that is the reason she has always been someone I looked up to or maybe down to. I am incredibly grateful to God to have Anna in my life. She has always been a partner in crime, an endless source of laughter, and my inspiration to keep going when life gets tough. Anna, thank you for being my favorite cousin and superhero. I can't wait to see what God's plan is for you next.
Growing up, Anna has always been someone I look up to. Even though we don't always get along, I know I can talk to her no matter the situation. She has been a great role model for me, especially with all the things she has accomplished this past year. Anna has always encouraged me to be more active in FFA and 4-H, and I will forever be thankful for that. Thank you, Anna, for always being someone I can come to with all of my problems. North Dakota FFA, I am so honored to introduce to you today my sister, best friend, and your 2023-2024 State Treasurer, Anna Haig, for her retiring address, Find Your People.
I love to travel. It is so much fun. You get to see new places, try new things, meet new people. It is such an amazing experience. Now, when I travel, there are a few essential things I need to have with me. My water bottle, some snacks, a hype playlist, some people to keep me company, and of course, some form of transportation. Now, there are a few different ways we can travel. We can walk, drive a car or bus, ride on a boat, or fly on a plane. All of these will eventually get us to our final destination. But one of them seems a little more unique than the rest: riding a bus. See, a bus will go a distance and then stop to let people either on or off, constantly changing who you may be able to see and talk to. And by the time it's your turn to get off the bus, you will have seen so many new places and met so many new people. And even if not everyone gets off the bus at the same time as you, they were a part for some of your journey and probably had some sort of impact on you. See, I think life is kind of like riding a bus. We're all traveling along, maybe on the same bus, maybe not, and we get to experience so many different things and talk to so many different people. Some people may only be with us on our journey for a short amount of time, while others, well, they're in for the long ride. Now, I want all of us to take a few seconds and think of who is on our personal bus with us right now. Now, think back to some people who were previously on our buses and aren't anymore. And what kind of impact did these people have on you? This past year, FFA gave me the incredible opportunity to travel not only across North Dakota, but to Indianapolis and Washington State. Additionally, I started my adult life by attending North Dakota State University. Go Bison! As you can imagine, I met a lot of different people this past year. Some of them I see almost every day. Others I'm really close with, but rarely get to see. And some of them live so far away, I wonder if I will ever get to see them in person again. See, these were all people who I had such a great connection with, and people who impacted my life in a way that they will never understand. But slowly, I had to start saying goodbye and hope to see you later to all the people I had grown so close to in such a short amount of time. I was really struggling with the constant goodbyes and all of my time alone on the road. I was starting to feel as if I was the only one left on my bus. Of course, this wasn't the case at all. I had an amazing support system in my family, friends, and faith. But I didn't realize this at the time. I felt so alone, and I didn't really tell anyone, so no one even knew something was going on or how much it was impacting me every single day. But this can happen to all of us. Over time, we may start to feel lonely, especially when big changes happen, and we forget who we have to lean on. But we need to remember, there is always someone who cares about us, and we're never truly alone. There are a few things that helped me realize the amazing people I had in my life, but what I think helped me the most was my mandatory health class. See, in this class, we had to do some sort of self-improvement, writing or journaling assignment, and take pictures of it. So I decided I was going to start a gratitude wall in my dorm room. At the end of every day, I would think of just one thing I was grateful for. I'd write it on a sticky note and put it up on my wall. One day I was just looking over the wall and some of the things I wrote down on the sticky notes. A few of them included, Mom gave me snacks, Dad called me, Caitlin and I went to Walmart, Lainey, getting ice cream with my suite mates, and Thomas held a review session before our econ exam. See, what struck me was that most of my gratitude stemmed from my interactions with other people. It was the people in my life who provided me support during challenging times, the people who are on my bus. Now, you may be sitting here tonight unsure of who your support system is, who's with you on your bus, but that's okay. Life is a journey of discovery, and we'll get to meet so many new people who may become a support system for us. It could be our parents, siblings, teachers, friends, teammates, or whoever you want them to be. These are the people who walk with us through life's ups and downs, the people who help us carry our burdens, offer a listening ear, and remind us we are not alone in our struggles. And I promise you, your people, the ones on your bus, they're out there. And the good ones, they're not going to leave you. North Dakota FFA, we are going to have great days, okay days, and bad days. People are going to continue to come and go from our lives. But we need to focus less on the leaving and more on the good times we had. So cherish those who support you, the ones who stand by you through thick and thin. Because when it's all said and done, it's not so much the moments that we remember, but the people who were there for it. Go out and find your people who support you through your struggles, because there's truly nothing else we can be more grateful for than each other. Thank you.
The older I get, the more I only getting a little while you're gone. And the older I get, the truer it is.
Hi, North Dakota FFA. I've had an amazing time serving you this past year, but wouldn't have been possible without help from a few people. So first, to my mom and dad, thank you so much for always supporting me throughout this year and for all the late night phone calls. For my siblings, Caitlin, Luke, and Brady, thank you so much for always putting the biggest smile on my face every time I come home. I love you guys. To my friends, especially Lainey, Mariana, Megan, and Jolie, thank you so much for always letting me rant to you and come to you and just always being very supportive of me throughout this entire year. To Flasher FFA, thank you for giving me the chance to grow as a leader through the chapter so I could get to where I am today. To the North Dakota State staff, both former and current, you guys are rock stars. I don't know where this organization would be without you guys, so thank you so much for everything you do for FFA and Egg Ed. To my team, thank you so much for being awesome this past year and so supportive of each other as we go through this state officer year together. I love you guys. And to North Dakota FFA, thank you so much for giving me a chance to be a leader this past year. Thank you.
Mom and Dad, will you come up here, please?
The older I get, the more I think. You only get a minute, better live while you're in it, 'cause it's gone in a blink. And the older I get, the truer it is.
North Dakota FFA, I'd like to introduce you to my parents, Claire and Jennifer Haig.
If they found love you, I wouldn't drink a drop. That's the truth. Funny how it feels, I'm just getting to my best years.
All right, team, get up here.
The older I get, the fewer friends I have. But you don't need a lot, and the ones that you got have always got your back. And the older I get, the better I am. In knowing when to give and when to just not give a damn. And if they found
Anna, thank you for your outstanding year's service to North Dakota FFA. From your ambition to do every CDE and LDE there is in the state, to your love of cows, you always have an interesting story to tell.
Your kind-hearted nature has added so much to this team, and your kindness will be recognized by all of North Dakota for the rest of your life. North Dakota FFA, we are proud to present to you our teammate,
And our best friend, your 2023-2024 North Dakota State Treasurer, Anna Haig.
I don't mind all the lines, all the time. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life.
Tonight, we will be recognizing the highest honor that the North Dakota FFA Tonight, we will be recognizing the highest honor that an FFA member may achieve in the FFA, the American FFA degree. Special qualifications are needed, and only the most deserving are accepted by the National FFA organization.
First, a candidate must achieve minimum standards in the areas of scholarship, active membership, and leadership. Second, the candidate must also complete at least 540 hours of agricultural education. Third, he or she must perform at least 50 hours of community service and maintain substantial records. All in all, it must be an outstanding supervised agricultural experience program. This year, 15 candidates have been nominated by the North Dakota FFA Association to receive the American FFA degree. Sponsors of the North Dakota's American degree and the state degree recipient meals are ADM, Corteva, Pioneer Seeds, Agtegra, RDO Equipment, CF Industries, and Ironclad Marketing. Will representatives from these companies please come forward to be recognized?
Here are our candidates. Your American degree nominees are Elizabeth Lee from Carrington, Gracie Severson from Edgerly-Colm, awarded posthumously. Accepting on her behalf is Gracie's family. Ethan Arnold from Harvey. Liza Stahl from Killdeer. Emily Fanek from Max. Kelsey Vandenberg from Medina. Alyssa Ball from Minot. Paul Hannabit from New Salem. Kendall Hoger from New Salem. Bridget Coons from New Salem. Emily Mormon from New Salem. Joshua Oleen from New Salem. Anna Elson from Oak Sargent Central, Ellendale. Kirsten Boehm from Richland 44. And Sierra Hines from Rowlett. Congratulations to all American degree nominees.
Some of the hardest working North Dakota FFA members are here with us tonight to be recognized for their dedication and diligence within the FFA by receiving their state FFA degree. The sponsors for the state degree charms are Coteau Properties, Brian and Janet Strom, U.S. Bank Foundation, Leland and Beverly Tong. Will representatives from those entities come forward to help hand out the charms? Back to our state president, Ty McDonald.
We shall proceed with the degree ceremonies. Mr. Secretary, what do you have to report concerning candidates eligible for this degree?
I am pleased to submit the names of 152 candidates who have been selected by the State Executive Committee to receive the state FFA degree.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before candidates are eligible for election to this degree. Madam Advisor, have you carefully examined and reviewed the records of these candidates?
I have, Mr. President, and have found all candidates fully qualified.
We will now proceed to raise these members to the state FFA degree.
The state FFA degree is the highest degree our state association can bestow. Some of you will one day earn the coveted golden key of the American FFA degree. We urge you to maintain throughout your adult lives the same enthusiasm and dedication that you bring to this ceremony today.
It is a great honor to be nominated for the state FFA degree. It is still a greater honor to be selected for this degree by your fellow members of the FFA Association.
Your new achievement brings you greater honors as well as additional responsibilities. You have widened the field of your service and influence in the strengthening of agriculture, the most basic industry of our nation.
You've been urged to advance towards higher degrees in the FFA. We commend you for your accomplishments and encourage you to work towards new and higher goals in our organization and in your chosen profession.
In meeting the requirements of the Green Hand and Chapter FFA degrees, you were told that the golden charm of the state FFA degree was awaiting you. The bronze emblem of the Green Hand gave way to the silver emblem of the Chapter FFA degree, which now has evolved into that golden charm. This is symbolic of growth and development in your chosen occupation. May the permanence of the rare and golden qualities of the emblem be a constant reminder of the strength of your education and the worthiness of your achievement. Therefore, on behalf of the FFA Association, I confer upon you the state FFA degree with its honors and privileges and present to you this charm, the emblem of the degree.
As I read the names of these recipients, please hold your applause until the completion of the ceremony. From the Belfield FFA chapter, Dawson Malkowski, Quintavia Polensky, Emmett Reese, and Morgan Vesey. From the Beulah FFA chapter, Taryn Askim, Hannah Shantz, and Harley Soland. From the Bowman County FFA chapter, Dylan Bowman, J.C. Fisher, Sarah Jeffers, Gavin McKittrick, Riggs Rotenberger, and Gracie Ruggles. From the Carrington FFA chapter, Emma Aberly, Brian Harris, Carly Lessman, Joe Lindberg, Isabella Newman, Josie Retzlaff, and Kylie Skadberg. From the Censor FFA chapter, Cameron Albers, Jarrett Hankey, and Riley Hintz. From the Central Cass FFA chapter, Ronald Burchill, Samantha Burchill, and Forrest Sears. From the Dickinson FFA chapter, Preston Kern. From the Edgerly-Colm FFA chapter, Nate Gelberg, Abby Mathern, and Dylan Ostendorf. From the Fessenden-Bowden FFA chapter, Donovan Bartz, Austin Brame, Delaney Erfley, Kendra Hoff, Gavin Mason, and Ryan Snively. From the Finley-Sharon FFA chapter, Brooks Braun, Bryson Kirk, and Dusty Moore. From the Flasher FFA chapter, Cooper Strawman and Daisy Wells. From the Gackle Streeter FFA chapter, Abby Ravinius. From the Glen Olin FFA chapter, Elizabeth DePong, Elijah Geetson, and Braden Schlatter. From the Golden Valley County FFA chapter, Emery Knoll, Evan Smith, Adam Trask, and Andrew Trask. From the Grafton FFA chapter, Samuel Green. From the Granville FFA chapter, Sophie Bachmeyer and Emma Pister. From the Harvey FFA chapter, Grant Anderson, Ethan Eckert, Ava Halderson, Ashley Keller, Emma Selensky, and Jaden Vollmer. From the Hazen FFA chapter, Zachary Gervin, Ryder Hagel, Jackson Kaler, Riley Walters, Dawson Wiedrick, and Weston Winkler. From the Hebron FFA chapter, Anna Palmer and Tevya Vogel. From the Hettinger FFA chapter, Ella Freebill and Olivia Havelka. From the Killdeer FFA chapter, Hunter Hossauer, Aaron McFadden, and Taylin Shetler. From the Kindred FFA chapter, Cora Johnson, Andrew Traum, and Emmanuel Weber. From the Lidgerwood FFA chapter, Isaiah Healy and Kara Simonowski. From the Lisbon FFA chapter, Addison Cabot, Abby Freeberg, Jillian Hughes, Alicia Katzenmeyer, Samantha Lyons, and Paige Zimprick. From the Maddock A.S. Gibbons FFA chapter, Logan Fossen and Logan Maddock. From the Mandan FFA chapter, Lily Burnin, Jennifer Hansen, Kaylee Hansen, Ashlyn Kuntz, Julia Rohn, Jonathan Schmidt, Emily Voigt, and Clay Wagner. From the Max FFA chapter, Chelsea Brandvold. From the McCluskey FFA chapter, Tessa Galvin and Jolynn Strobel. From the Medina FFA chapter, Sienna Garrett. From the Minot FFA chapter, Taylor Reinhardt. From the Moal FFA chapter, Lily Solomsauce and Jamie Thompson. From the Napoleon FFA chapter, Tegan Erbley, Carissa Mann, Ava Moser, Jaslyn Weigel, and Alyssa Young. From the New Salem FFA chapter, Hannah Gervin, Chance Hazel, Grace Oline, and Kendra Tomac. From the Oak Sargent Central Ellendale FFA chapter, Jaden Henning, Paige Henningsen, and Evan Olson. From the Powers Lake FFA chapter, Macy Jorgensen and Taya Westernes. From the Richland 44 FFA chapter, Wade Gorder, Eric Moen, and Nicholas Wolfacule. From the Rolla FFA chapter, Brooke Wiebe. From the Rolla FFA chapter, Jaden Juntonen. From the Rugby FFA chapter, Jackson Brozart, Haley Junt, and Taylor Pritchett. From the Scranton FFA chapter, Ella Anderson, Malachi Dills, Mackenzie Hendrickson, and Vanessa Ose. From the South Prairie FFA chapter, Natalie Becker, Briley Beater, Amber Brosh, and Jacob Kramer. From the Stanley FFA chapter, Bethany Enander, Jonathan Germanson, Molly Lund, and Lane Bockel. From the Tioga FFA chapter, Jenilyn Hansen. From the Towner FFA chapter, Sydney Shook. From the Wapton FFA chapter, Gina Kwame, Jenna Seibold, and Julia Seibold. From the Watford City FFA chapter, Sylvia Bokelman, Kendall Casey, Jake Senar, Nolan Dahl, and Luke Smith. From the Williston FFA chapter, Sydney Atkins and Haley Sunby. From the Wilton FFA chapter, Garrett Berquist and Macy Philippek. From the Wing FFA chapter, McKenna Fisher and Grace Melhoff. From the Wyndmere FFA chapter, McKinley Haberman, Hannah Nelson, and Mila Witt. Congratulations to all state degree recipients.
The rising sun starts each of our days. What would that day look like without farmers? Some of us spend our day working to bring milk to your table. Others labor in love to provide grain for your cereal. There are over 26,000 of us in North Dakota alone. Our farms cover more than 85% of the state. We take pride in our responsibility to care, maintain, and provide. Take a peek in your pantry. Some of your favorites likely came from our fields. In times when things stop, we won't. We work hard to keep shelves stocked, fridges full, and food on your tables. For us, the rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. Help us keep the future bright.
Oh, Ian, by the way, totally slipped my mind. How are your kids doing?
Oh, they're doing great. Although they're quite the troublemakers, though, and they can be quite loud.
Well, have you shown anyone else here your kids?
I don't think I have. I'd love to show everyone. Aww.
Aw, how cute. Well, now it's time to get back to the real show. Please welcome back the North Dakota FFA Chorus under the direction of Sean Neeson of NDSU and sponsored by the North Dakota FFA Alumni Association.
Hello, North Dakota FFA. I am Micah Thompson from the Hope Page FFA chapter. The FFA choir will now be singing One Voice by Ruth Moody, followed by Forever Country's medley arranged by Mac Huff. Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Oh yeah, like a band of gypsies we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keeps turning our way and our way. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Long life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of. I wish you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love.
It starts in the classroom. Every day, your ag teacher is there, before the bell, handling the details, making sure they're ready to teach you what you need to know to be successful. But it's more than telling you the information. It's showing you how, letting you get your hands on the work, making sure you really understand. It's teaching you how to think critically, how to solve problems, how to be a leader, how to be proud of yourself for a job well done. They ask you about your weekend. They nudge you to join the team. They remind you to come to practice. They cheer loud and long when you win. They care about who you are and who they know you can become. Your ag teacher's expectations are high because they believe in you. One of the reasons agriculture programs have such great community support is because your ag teacher is out there building connections, being part of the community. The world needs more ag teachers. That could be you. Help us build the next generation of leaders. It starts in the classroom.
Ireland.
What's up, Ian?
I think you have something to confess.
Yeah? What could that be?
What did you want to be when you were little?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Here, Ireland wanted to be a rodeo star when she was little.
Listen, we all wanted to be a star of some kind when we were younger. Speaking of stars, please turn to pages 35 through 41 in your convention booklets for our State Star Awards.
The state sponsor in the Star in Agribusiness is Shresky Ag. The Star in Agribusiness will also receive a check for $1,000. Will representatives of all the sponsors please come forward to help hand out awards? Your finalists are Sarah Jeffers, Bowman County; Joe Lindberg, Carrington; Carissa Mann, Napoleon; Nicholas Wolfacule, Richland 44; Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 State Star in Agribusiness is Joe Lindberg from the Carrington FFA chapter. Will chapter advisors Missy Hansen and Mitchell Becker and Joe's parents please come to the stage?
It is my privilege to congratulate Joe Lindberg as the 2024 North Dakota State Star in Agribusiness. Joe has been an outstanding student, FFA member, and businessman during his high school career. He has taken full advantage of all aspects of agricultural education offered at Carrington High School. Joe's supervised agricultural experience program began when he purchased 8 minnow traps from his stepbrother in 2021. He worked with a very special mentor, Thelma Trecker, the owner of Pioneer Bait Shop in Jamestown, North Dakota, to supply her minnow inventory throughout the year. Over the past 3 years, Joe has purchased additional traps, ice saws, coolers, and aerators to expand his business. He has endured challenging weather conditions and worked hard to increase the minnow populations in the lakes that he traps. He works closely with the North Dakota Game and Fish to have the proper licensing to trap minnows and communicates with Thelma and 2 other bait shops to provide them with minnows when needed. Joe has been active in several FFA career development events and leadership positions. Most notably, he's been a member of state champion teams in the areas of agronomy, farm business management, and agricultural mechanics. Joe has served as a chapter officer for the past 3 years, and most recently as chapter president. Joe's magnetic personality, persuasive words, and ability to use humor in any situation have helped him to positively influence many younger members in our chapter. Joe is also active in school activities, including the National Honor Society, archery, science Olympiad, cross country, track, academic pursuit, and sources of strength. Joe is always willing to find ways to give back to the community. He has helped serve Meals on Wheels for the local senior center, served as a co-chair of our local blood drive, helped with the Flock Yard event that helps raise money for cancer patients, and assisted with bleacher remodeling at the county fairgrounds. Joe plans to attend Northern State University this fall to pursue a degree in business administration with the hopes of someday working as a loan officer or crop insurance adjuster. Joe's parents have been instrumental in his success,
Travis and Tammy Lindberg and Stacy Hagel need to be commended on raising such a great young man. Regardless of where your future takes you, Joe, I have no doubt that you will be a successful, contributing member to your profession and your community. On behalf of Mr. Becker and myself, congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Hanson. Next is the Star in Agricultural Placement. The state sponsor for the Star in Agricultural Placement is Twin City Northland Ford. The Star in Agricultural Placement will also receive a check for $1,000. Will representatives of all the sponsors please come forward to help hand out the award? To recognize those members who are establishing foundations in agricultural employment, we now present the areas in agricultural placement. Your finalists are Kylie Skadberg, Carrington; Emma Aberly, Carrington; Gavin Mason, Pheasant and Bowdoin; and Taylor Pritchett, Rugby. The 2024 State Star in Agricultural Placement is Kylie Skadberg of the Carrington FFA chapter. Will advisors Missy Hansen and Mitchell Becker and Kylie's parents please come to the stage?
Kylie has taken advantage of the opportunities that agricultural education has had to offer her at Carrington High School. As part of the three-circle model, Kylie has taken a variety of agricultural education classes, from Introduction to Agricultural Welding, and from Foundations of Agriculture to Agricultural Processing. She's been an active member of the Carrington FFA chapter and has served as a chapter reporter and most recently, chapter vice president. In addition, she has competed in a variety of different CDEs, including dairy cattle judging, meats evaluation, livestock judging, and parliamentary procedure. But the reason we are standing here today is not because of what Kylie has done in the classroom or in the FFA. Kylie has spent countless hours working and gaining knowledge and skills related to the agricultural processing industry by working at Barton Meats in Carrington as part of her supervised agricultural experience program. Kylie got started working at Barton's her freshman year. She wanted to find a job that was more than just babysitting, and she had fond memories of processing beef cattle at her great-grandpa's barn, thus leading her to getting a job at Barton's. When she first started, her duties included helping customers, stuffing burger, seasoning steaks and roasts, but her main responsibility was meat wrapping. Over the years, she has learned to operate more processing equipment, from the CryoVac machine to the vacuum sealer. She has also assisted in processing beef sticks, jerky, and sausage, along with wrapping different cuts of meat. Her skills and responsibilities changed this past January when she turned 18 and was finally able to legally operate a knife, which has allowed her to expand her processing skills and allowed her to help more in the slaughter process. Her involvement in the business has grown over the years as she's been trusted to operate the retail side of Barton's by herself on weekday afternoons and Saturday mornings. While working on Barton's, she developed a relationship with Jamie Miller, a North Dakota meat inspector. Jamie was willing to explain the different aspects of meat inspecting, from sanitation procedures to meat organ inspections, which has led Kylie to want to possibly pursue a career later someday in meat inspection. She is planning to continue to work at Barton's after high school. I would like to commend her parents for giving Kylie, or providing Kylie, the opportunity to work at Barton Meats and to grow as an individual, and instilling in her a strong work ethic, great time management, and determination. Kylie, I know that no matter what you choose to pursue in your life, I know you'll be successful because of what you have learned through the experiences in FFA and most importantly, from your SAE. On behalf of myself and Mrs. Hanson, I am proud to recognize Kylie Skadberg as the 2024 North Dakota FFA Star in Agricultural Placement. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Becker. Next, we have the Star in Agri-Science Award. The state sponsor for the Star in Agri-Science is AgTegra Cooperative. The Star will also receive a check for $1,000. Will the sponsors please come forward to help present the awards? Your finalists are Samantha Burchill, Central Cass, and Chelsea Brandfold, Max. The 2024 State Star in Agri-Science is Samantha Burchill, the Central Cass FFA chapter. Will Samantha's advisor, Miss Hannah Gress, as well as her parents, please come to the stage?
I am honored to congratulate Samantha on being the 2024 Star in Agri-Science. Samantha started her SAE as her freshman year under the direction and guidance from her former ag teacher, Tam Maddock. Since then, Samantha has fell in love with conducting and communicating research in many different areas. She has conducted projects in the food products and processing systems, plant systems, and environmental service natural resource systems over the last 4 years, each project bringing its new challenges that Samantha has overcome. Through her research and her SAE, she has connected and collaborated with industry professionals, college professors, and graduate research students to further her knowledge on each of her projects. Just last fall, Samantha was recognized as a second high individual at the national level in her Agri-Science division. Samantha's SAE has helped her discover and develop her passion for research, which has helped her explore potential career pathways that I don't think she ever thought were possible. Samantha, wherever you end up in your future, I'm confident you will be successful. Congratulations, Samantha.
Thank you, Mrs. Gress. We will now move on to the Star Farmer Award. The state sponsors for the Star Farmer are Roger and Jeanette Kenner, Erica Kenner, and Tyler Lanoy. The Star Farmer will also receive a check for $1,000. Your finalists are Delaney Erfleet, Pheasant and Bowden, Grant Anderson, Harvey, Lily Solmsas, Mohall, and Jackson Brozart, Rugby. The 2024 State Star Farmer is Jackson Brosart from the Rugby FFA chapter. Will advisors, Miss Christy Tonninson and Mr. Ripplinger, and Jackson's parents, please come to the stage?
I've been Jackson's FFA advisor and teacher for 5 years, his entire FFA career. He walked in my classroom as a chatty 8th grader, consistently getting in trouble for being too much of a social butterfly, and not much changed into his senior year. I tried to harness that energy and talkativeness and steer him towards the public speaking contests, and I was wrong. I quickly learned that Jackson was meant for the experiential learning part of FFA. Jackson was not going to dazzle or baffle the judges with his public speaking, but what he did over the next 5 years is culminated in that Star Farmer trophy that you see him holding right now. Production agriculture is not just a job. It's not a time card you punch or an after-school gig. It's not a part-time job until you find something better. It's a lifestyle. And that lifestyle perfectly embodies Jackson. He started his beef cattle enterprise in 2019 and since then has grown to 30 head of registered Angus cattle, both registered and commercial, which doesn't include the calves from this past spring. He learned to prioritize his time in his SAE at a young age and never looked back. He's learning financial and risk management. He's diversified his skill set in animal health, cow reproduction, and beef cattle nutrition. He's built professional relationships with cattlemen across the state. He's laid the foundation for the rest of his life. Jackson's parents, Danny and Jen Brozart, are his biggest supporters, along with his little brother, Sawyer. Jackson will be attending Bismarck State College this fall and major in farm and ranch management before returning to Brozart Farm and Ranch to continue his beef cattle operation and get into the grain side as well. My favorite part about the FFA is that there truly is something for everybody. Jackson knew the competitive CDEs were not for him, but his passion for the agriculture industry, combined with his drive and determination to expand his SAE, earned him the top award in North Dakota FFA. He's a gold award winner in ENR demonstration and is a state champion in quiz. He also participates in 4-H, golf, trap shooting, and is the #1 Panther basketball superfan. Mr. Ripplinger, Rugby High School, North Dakota FFA, and I congratulate your 2024 North Dakota FFA State Star Farmer from Rugby FFA, Jackson Brozart.
Thank you, Ms. Tonninson, and congratulations to all the stars on your outstanding SAE programs. Mr. President, I will now turn the podium back over to you for the 2024 Officer Screening Committee report.
Thank you, Ian. The screening committee has reviewed the officer applications and has met with candidates since Monday. They are now ready to present their report. Let's call to the podium Screening Committee Ag Teacher Representative David Lear to share their report.
The 2024 North Dakota State Officer Candidate Screening Committee has worked over the first 2 days of convention, screening through a great group of 21 qualified and well-rounded candidates. The screening committee consisted of 10 members, making up a diverse group. Those members were Paisley Wangler, Havin Quintantella, Abby Rivanius, and Abby Lennox as FFA member representatives, along with Hunter Gallagher and Billy Lentz as past state officers, Andy Jensen and Heather Lang serving as industry representatives, myself and Christine Fanek serving as advisor representatives, and Cora Huss as a process manager. The screening committee nominations are as follows. Nominated for the office of State President, Mariah Lovero from the Granville FFA chapter, and Gina Kwame from the Wahpeton FFA chapter. Nominated for the office of Secretary, Tegan Erbely from the Napoleon FFA chapter, and Bailey Urlacher from the New England FFA chapter. Nominated for the office of Vice President, Tevia Vogel from the Hebron FFA chapter. Nominated for the office of Treasurer, Anna Palmer from the Hebron FFA chapter. Nominated for the office of Reporter, Joe Lindberg from the Carrington FFA chapter. Nominated for the office of Sentinel, Dawson Malkowski from the Belfield FFA chapter. Nominated for the office of Parliamentarian, Grant Anderson from the Harvey FFA chapter. Mr. President, I move that our committee report be accepted as read.
With an implied second, all delegates, emphasis on all delegates, in favor of the committee report, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion passes. Thank you, David, and the other members of the committee. The report is submitted to the Secretary for filing. Will the nominated candidates please report backstage?
Ian, you've been playing with that yo-yo since National Convention, and you still haven't gotten any better at it?
Well, I've been trying my best, and I've been practicing a lot.
Unlike Ian over here, we have some very talented FFA members here with us in the room tonight. Please join me in welcoming Brian and Loretta Quam of the Wyndmere FFA chapter.
Dream about a burning house. You were stuck inside, I couldn't get you out. I lay beside you and I pulled you close, and the two of us went up in smoke. Love isn't all that it seems. I did you wrong. I'll stay here with you until this dream is gone. I've been sleepwalking, been wandering all night, trying to take what's lost and broken, make it right. I've been sleepwalking, it's too close to the fight, but it's the only place that I can hold you tight in this burning house.
See you at a party and you look the same. I could take you back, but people don't ever change. Wish that we could go back in time. I'd be the one you thought you'd find.
Love isn't all that it seems. I did you wrong. I'll stay here with you until this dream is gone. I've been sleepwalking, been wandering take what's lost and broken, make it right. I've been sleepwalking, too close to the fire, but it's the only place that I can hold you tight. In this burning house, the flames are getting bigger now. In this burning house, I can hold on to you somehow. In this burning house, oh, and I don't want to wake up in this burning house. I've been sleepwalking, been wandering all night, trying to take what's lost and broken, make it right. I've been sleepwalking, too close to the fire, but it's the only place that I can hold you tight. In this burning house. Thank you.
Thank you for that amazing performance.
Hey, Ireland, what was your favorite part of this year as a state officer?
My favorite part? I'd probably have to say the people I've met. I've met some truly incredible people over this last year. What about you, Ian?
Well, if you know me, I'd have to say it was the food. My eats and treats story has never been better.
We have had some pretty awesome meals together as a team.
And I would bet that next year's officer team would agree. Let's see who our state officers, or next candidates are. Jeff. Who's first to appear?
Nominated for the office of president, Mariah Lovero from the Granville FFA chapter.
Great.
Glow sticks must be broken in order to glow. If I were to change this saying to fit our lives, it would say, humans must fail in order to succeed. Failure is often scary for many people, like it once was for me. We live in a world that too often demands perfection. But can I let you in on a little secret? Failure is a part of success. It is almost impossible to truly succeed without failing first. This might mean that you have to step outside of your comfort zone. We all have a comfort zone, a cozy little bubble where everything feels safe and familiar. And while comfort zones provide temporary relief from uncertainty, they also act as a barrier from personal growth and development. Growth, FFA members, lies beyond the borders of our comfort zone. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, every groundbreaking discovery, every remarkable innovation, were all born out of someone's willingness to push past the confines of what was comfortable and known. Thomas Edison had 1,000 unsuccessful attempts before he successfully created his first light bulb. But in each attempt, he learned what worked and what did not. Therefore, he did not fail. He came one step closer to becoming successful. As your candidate, I pledge to be a leader who isn't afraid to break, but more importantly, to create an environment where every individual is empowered to break, to shine, and to make their mark on this world. Together, let us be like glow sticks, unafraid to break and glow. North Dakota FFA, it's time to learn to glow and vote Lovero.
Also nominated for the office of president, Gina Kwame of the Wapton FFA chapter.
Hi everyone, my name is Gina Kwame and I'm a member of the Wapton FFA chapter. As someone who received a later start on her FFA career than others, I am so thankful for every time that I have been forced to face my fears and step out of my comfort zone. Whether that was being forced to compete in a new competition the week before state or getting to go to a new FFA event. I believe that each and every one of you are capable of achieving so much more than you may think. But some of us aren't taking full advantage of our potential, and we just need someone to help us erase our fears. As your state officer, I want to show you that even though sometimes things are scary at first, if you are willing to take that first step and do the hardest part, and let the people around you help you overcome your fears and let them go away and take full advantage of everything that is offered to you, you will see yourself growing in so many ways, both in and out of FFA. So North Dakota FFA, I want you to remember one thing: erase your fears with Gina.
Nominated for the office of Secretary, Tegan Erbley from the Napoleon FFA chapter.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tegan Erbley, and I'm running to be your next state secretary. Now, for just a few moments, I want to take you back to when I was 12 years old and decided to show cattle for the first time. Unfortunately, show day did not go as I had planned. Just upon entering the show ring, my heifer took off running across the fairgrounds, and I was right there behind her, dragging through the dirt and holding on to the lead rope for dear life. My refusal to let go resulted in me having mud across my torn up clothes, having tears in my eyes, and making a promise to myself to never show cattle again. But of the many life lessons that FFA has taught me, resilience is one of them. So I gathered up some confidence, wiped my tears, and I walked back into that show ring. Now, oddly enough, this story can resemble a part of the impact that FFA has had on my life. When I first joined FFA in 7th grade, my shy nature and fear of speaking in public almost caused me to let go of the organization. But thankfully, I held on. It didn't take long for me to fall in love with the FFA and everything that it had to offer. My time wearing this blue jacket has taught me that true leadership is done by serving others. And I would be so honored to get to serve you this coming year as your state secretary. As North Dakota FFA members, I know that each one of you has so much potential. As a state officer, I would love to help you reach that potential by helping you face your fears, grow your confidence, and become all that you were created to be. Tomorrow, when it's time to vote, remember this: become someone you believe in and vote for Tegan. Thank you.
Also nominated for the office of Secretary, Bailey Urlacher of the New England FFA chapter.
Good evening. My name is Bailey Urlacher, and I am from the New England FFA chapter. Real quick, how many of you have ever been lost before? Yeah? Me too. I've been lost way more times than I'd ever like to admit to. And this reminds me of a story from last summer. This was my first time hauling bulls without my dad, but he thought I'd get lost, so he sent my older brother with as my navigator. So with his directions in hand, we set off. After a while of driving, it was time to turn off the road. And the first direction was to take a north at the curve. And I can safely tell you all, there was not a curve on this road. We quickly realized we had the wrong directions, and after what felt like an eternity, I decided to ditch the directions and put the address into my GPS and got us to the correct yard. North Dakota FFA, we often feel lost in trying to get to our destination in life. When we look back on our FFA journey, the opportunities we took, the memories we all share, and the achievements won is what we're gonna take away from this experience with us. As a state officer, I want to help each and every one of you achieve these opportunities because they have meant the world to me. My mentors have pushed me to go for these opportunities, and I've been changed for the better. Throughout my year of service, I want to help each and every one of you know that you belong in this organization and that these opportunities are just for you and can change your life. So tomorrow, when it's time to vote, remember that I will always be there for you and that you can find your way with Bailey May. Thank you.
Nominated for the office of Vice President is Tevye Vogel of the Hebron FFA chapter.
Hello, North Dakota FFA. I am incredibly excited to be your Vice President-elect. But a few years ago, if you told me this thing, I would have been mortified. Like, dead mortified. Like, I was about to explode mortified. And that's because when I started FFA, I was a very different person than I am now. Back when I started the 7th grade, I was so shy, I barely even tried to go to FFA. If it wasn't for my mom's strong suggestion, in other words, forcing me to, I may have never joined this organization at all. My first range practice, in fact, I wanted to go home right away. If it hadn't have been for the strong support of my range and later agronomy coach, taking me under her wing and showing me how to do range, since I was too afraid to ask my advisor at the time, I may have never stayed in FFA at all. Now that I'm a senior myself, and look back on that day, wondering what would have happened if I had never had Brianna's support, I realize that I'm in that position now. I'm called to help the smaller members in my chapter, the younger members, the shyer members, find themselves. I think a lot of us are called to that, especially those in leadership roles in our FFA. I think that's really noble. A lot of us were afraid at one point, and we had one person who helped us. I hope I can be that person for a few people in my chapter, and as your state vice president, I hope to help even more people in helping them to reach their best selves. FFA has a noble cause, to make a positive difference in the lives of others. And I hope all of you make a positive difference in somebody's life. So tomorrow in voting, remember, the cause is noble, vote for Vogel.
Now, nominated for the office of Treasurer is Anna Palmer of the Hebron FFA chapter.
Hi guys, I'm Anna Palmer from the Hebron FFA chapter. Now, I know you probably don't want to sit here for 12 hours listening to me yap about myself, so I'll keep it short and sweet. I love the FFA. Nothing makes me happier than when I'm out talking to members and meeting new people. I've known that I wanted to run for state office since my freshman year, and since then, I have done everything in my power to make sure that I'm being the best leader and role model that I can be. If I hadn't joined the FFA, I would not be the person that I am today, and I'm not ready for my career to be over. Now, I would be immensely honored to serve as your state treasurer next year, if you'll have me, of course. Now, I will be outside tomorrow morning with temporary tattoos, and if that doesn't win you guys over, I don't know what will. So I'm gonna leave you with my slogan, just ponder it and think it over. It's time to man up and vote for Anna.
Now, nominated for the office of reporter, Joe Lindberg from the Carrington FFA chapter.
Well, hello, everybody. Did you know that the average farmer will harvest 177 bushels of corn per acre? Did you know that the average squirrel will live to be 9 years old? And did you know that an ag teacher will spend, on average, 5 hours and 38 minutes a week lesson planning? Hi, I'm Joe Lindberg, and I'm from the Carrington FFA chapter, and I'm anything but your average Joe. People in today's society have become okay with being complacent and doing the bare minimum. They've given up on the dream of being on top of the world. They think it's an unattainable dream, but not for us. Because for as long as I can remember, the FFA has always exceeded expectations and never backed down from a challenge. My goal is to inspire the next generation of agriculturalists, not just to be ordinary, but extraordinary. You know, a wise ag teacher once told me, "A rising tide will float all boats." These words have inspired me along my journey, and now I give them to all of you and say, please, be that rising tide and float all boats. So don't be average and set the bar low. Put it up high and vote for Joe.
Now nominated for the office of Sentinel, Dawson Malkowski from the Belfield FFA chapter.
Hello, North Dakota FFA. How are we doing tonight? I am running for your next state sentinel, and I have a question for you. Has anyone seen an FFA jacket all by its lonesome in the public? Well, I have. And boy, it just looks out of place. And when you see an FFA jacket all by its lonesome, all it needs is a little bit of support so that it can become the best it can be. And just like those FFA jackets, all that we need to become the best that we can be is just a little support. As your next state sentinel, that's what I will be for you. You have my word to lead the herd. Dawson Malkowski.
Now nominated for the office of parliamentarian, Grant Anderson of the Harvey FFA chapter.
Hello. One of the reasons I decided to join or to run for state office was because of all the great experiences I had in FFA. All the fun trips and memories and the experiences I had here at state convention or also running into state officers anywhere motivated me to help others, those of you sitting out in the stands, have those same experiences. I love meeting and talking to members from all around the state. And if I'm given the opportunity to be a state officer, I can't wait to meet you at your banquets, at contests, or whatever, and hear your stories, what you have to offer, and help you along with any problems that you may have. Now, I was told earlier today that I tend to walk around with a frown, and I kind of look angry. So please, if you see me tomorrow and my brow is furrowed and I look extremely angry, I'm probably remembering something that Miss Free told me to do, but can't quite think of what it is. So if you vote for Anderson, I will grant all your wishes. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the candidates. We will now turn it over to you, Mr. President, for closing ceremonies.
Mr. Secretary, do you have a record of any further business that should now be transacted?
Be sure to join us tonight at 10 p.m. in the Memorial Union in the Ochetti-Sackowin Ballroom for entertainment from a magic comedy show from Tim Gabrielson. All Courtesy Corps members, please turn in the scorecards you have into Mrs. Campbell after the session at the Secretary's Station. Door prizes for the Career and Education Fair hosted by the North Dakota FFA Foundation go to Jenner Johnson from the Rugby FFA chapter and Peyton Klingbeil from the Garrison FFA chapter. AgriScience Fair posters can be picked up by advisors in Benson Bunker, room 203. And if you are missing any items, including a jacket, a notebook, a hair clip, or keys, please claim them at the Secretary's Station after the session. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which would properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this, the third session of the 95th North Dakota FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.